Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to draw a portrait. I've chosen this one from the Instagram. There's a watermark on the neck for the owner of this photograph. I'm going to use watercolor to draw it. The most important thing when you do while you are drawing a portrait is that you should notice that the skin tone is not just one color. You just can't use one color and apply it to the whole face using the lighter and lower shade of the same color. The color changes from one place to another. It's pinkish on the cheeks, a little bit purplish on the shaded areas. You sometimes should add blue. So you have to be careful, it's just not one flat color. That's the most important thing. And I'll show you something that could help you to know the tones of the skin that you are going to use for your portrait.
Okay, now I will use my color finder to show you how the color differs from one area to another. Look at that. See? It's pink. It's a darker shade of pink, a little bit purplish. It's almost white here. Then it's dark. Then it's very dark in here. As you can see, a very dark line. White again. The lips are a little bit purplish. Very dark areas near the nose. See? Different tones.
We will start by mixing the base tone for the face. I'm mixing brown with ochre and a lot of water, of course. And then I will start coloring the face, giving the whole face the basic tone that I like the face to have. Okay, so I'm adding the basic tone to the whole face. As you can see, I'm keeping my paper wet. We don't want the color to dry, because if it dries, it will leave a very clear line that we don't want to have in the face. So keeping my water wet all the time, my paper wet all the time. Of course, you can go with wet on wet. You can put water on the whole face, then you can start adding the color. Then both are good, as long as you're not letting your paper dry. Okay. Now, after the face is all colored, and as you can see, it's not evenly colored because I want some areas to be darker. And now I'm adding more concentration on the areas that I want them to be darker. This is coat number 2, layer number 2. I'm going to add too many layers to my portrait, because the more layers you add, the more realistic and the more 3D like your portrait will become. Okay, so I'm now adding more color to the areas that I want them to get darker. Okay, now I'm starting to add purple to the color, because I want a darker tone now, a different shade. And I'm adding this to the darkest areas that I want them to be really dark. Those areas are the areas in the shadows, under the hair, on the forehead, the areas behind the nose. And as you can see, I'm trying to let the color be concentrated in the areas that I want them to be the darkest. And of course under the nose, I'm using a thinner brush now to go into details, and I'm still adding the dark shades for the dark areas. As you can see, I keep adding purple and blue to my mixture to add the shades to the dark areas. And if anything go wrong, I can use my tissue to absorb the extra water or the extra color, and of course the dry brush to absorb things in details. Keep adding the shades in every shaded area using the mixture plus blue or purple, and make sure that my paper is wet while I'm adding the other shades. Okay, this is going to take a little bit of a long time because I keep adding layers over layers until I get my perfect skin tone that I want to have for the face. So you have to be patient, and you should take the necessary time that you need. Don't rush it, don't be in a hurry, try to enjoy it, and adding layers to the portrait gives it the feeling of the 3D that you want to have by the end. So the more layers you have, the better skin tone that you will get. That's it for today. Next lesson, we will continue coloring the face, and we will start adding the pink to the cheeks and the lips. Thanks for joining me for today. See you next lesson. Have a long, good time drawing your watercolor portrait, and good luck.